Jordy up against Ezekiel Lau. This should be a fun heat. We mentioned it as we went to the break. Two of the heavyweights on the CT, two of the tallest guys. Jordy measuring 6'3", weighing in at about 194 pounds. Ezekiel Lau 6'2", and coming in around 200 pounds. So expecting fireworks here. These guys should be right at home in this kind of power. Both of these guys have had big victories at Sunset Beach and now chasing a win here in the West.
So we see here's a replay of Zeke's wave, just up and under the lips somehow. Just does the Houdini act.
Welcome back to the show. The round of 32 continues here at the Margaret River Pro. Stop number 5, heat 14, getting underway with Jordy Smith on a bomb, winding through some big full rail turns and hanging on for just long enough to show the judges that he got the completion at the end of that wave. It wasn't even really a major turn, but you want to finish him off.
Right under the lip, and here we go, Jordy. Another late drop. Drives around this huge section, a bit of a cut down under the lip. This one gets up higher. Gets the upper body involved in the turn there, and just trying to outrun that. The way they surf and the way that they approach the wave, I just think Jordy might have a slight edge when I think about using the rail and lengthening the turns a little bit more. Giant wave.
Oh, look at the size of this thing. It's throwing open. He maybe could have got in it for a moment, but he's going to go to the rail, and there is one of the best turns we've seen all day. Big drawn-out carve. Jordy knows he wants to get to that end section quickly. It'll be an interesting one. Here it is again. Have a look at the size of this wave. Could he have got barreled, Rich?
I think he could have. I actually think he could have. It was so open, but I just love that turn. That was that, as I said it, the rail. The ability to hold the rail, I think, tips in the favour of Jordy, but he just got absolutely rinsed on that final section here. If he had just tucked up under there, just visualise up inside the tube there, riding, and perhaps squeaking out right about now. But he made up for it here, driving off the bottom, leaning onto this inside rail, just takes the track all the way down to the bottom.
Have a look at that water coming together. Behind him, Zeke. He gets an opportunity to line something up on the inside here. Drives up into it. Goes the layback jam to get started. These guys on some bigger boards. And looks like Zeke's called on a bit of vintage equipment too. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. So I'm pretty sure Zeke has raided Coach Jake Patterson's garage and pulled out a recent board that Jake shaped for himself. It looks like it's performing well. Oh, Jordy got absolutely slammed at the end of that ride, but he's okay, and he'll make his way in here. What? Careful. Oh, just on either side of the reef. There's an interesting situation about to play out here. The smoothest of transitions back onto the toe side. And, well, here we go. Zeke got some work done as well. So wait patiently for that open face. A quick snap off the top here. And then a second wrap. And then he outruns the foam. Yeah, have a look at this thing. So Jordy went the full rail and Zeke went the big kick on the tail. Well, that is just the perfect separation between those guys. That's what Zeke does. He leans into it, and then he just has that little trigger that he pulls where he releases those fins, whereas Jordy holds the line a little bit differently. He holds it for longer, leans into it with maybe a little bit more angle to the surfboard, and I think Jordy actually had to bail out there. Unique in waves this size, but it was definitely going to be a hard decision for the priority judge to make, as we see Zeke up again. Numbers coming through for Smith. They look pretty good. Zeke might get the better of him on the exchange, though. And our competitors are just getting absolutely swamped by these end sections at the moment.
I just don't remember when was the last time that I made through the final days. You know, I think it was Chopo. Last year at Chopo that all in one, so feels amazing. It's a pretty good feeling, and yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. It's stoked to be in the final tomorrow. So the situation remains the same for Ezekiel Lau, who's up at the moment. Late drop. Out onto that open face, hooks back, draws the carve out nicely, drops to the bottom.
Looks to set up this inside now. Banks off the foam. Here comes the whitewater. Can he hold on for the finish? He doesn't. And what's happening there at this point, Rich? It's kind of not like any other whitewater section, is it? It's pretty radical underwater there.
Straight back out in the takeoff. Let's see what happened here. Just
Wow.
a crazy, sort of almost in the barrel takeoff for Zeke. And that fast, aggressive, stabbing turn to start things off here, and then just perhaps could have done the cut down as a better option. Talked about it this morning, about the feeling that you're getting.
Here goes Jordy Smith having a look on the outside. See Zeke on the inside. Doesn't like what's being presented by that section, so he opts out. Kind of opened the door for him to potentially hang on to a place. So we're waiting to see what unfolds in these last few heats of the day to get an idea of who is in and who's going to have work to do tomorrow. But here we go, Jordy Smith trying to get rid of a 6 at the moment to push the requirement higher for Zeke Lau. Big section there. And Jordy's just looking on today, wants the finish. Hanging on with all he's got. He's finished that one. He knows the importance of it. Just on the fact that that 7.17 could have potentially been in the 9s if he rode out of his final move. So he knows just how crucial it is.
Great looking way for the takeoff, a medium-sized one. Good open face. You could see that bump. Try to bump him off right in that opening manoeuvre. The second one, bit more high risk. Throws the big layback hack, and then to finish off with a big committed foam climb. So watch this. Hits that lump right there, and Jordy with the strength and the absorption of the thighs, just managing to muscle his way through it. And the second one, look how high in the lip that was. Really critical. Could have overcooked it, but just regains control and then finishes up well.
And hang on for the finish to better the 6-point ride. On the outside now, Zeke goes over the hangers, falls on that toe side rail. He's got time still, 5 minutes to go, but he's got to hope that there's no more sets on the outside and get himself into a position to get priority here.
And unfortunately, just getting the better of Ezekiel Lau, who will be relegated.
Well, a massive result there for Jordy Smith, but one with huge implications for Ezekiel Lau.